Good morning. Chances are you were probably bored during this break, so I'm here to give you a cool recipe that you can do. What you're going to need for this recipe is half a cup of butter that is softened, 1 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs at room temperature, 2 cups of sifted flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3/4 cup of strong coffee. What you'll need for this recipe is a baking pan lined with parchment paper, a mixer, a sifter, a spatula, measuring cups, and measuring spoons. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, let's pop into the kitchen.
We're going to start off by putting our half a cup of butter inside the mixer. And then we're going to cream it first before adding sugar. So I'm going to lock it in and then put it in. Alright, so once your butter has creamed, you are going to add in your sugar. And you're going to mix that well until it's completely incorporated. Now during this time, you're also going to preheat your oven to 350. So you're going to preheat to 350. Now you want to make sure to scrape the sides of the mixer to make sure it's all incorporated. Once all your sugar and butter have been incorporated, it's time to add the eggs. Now you want to make sure you crack your eggs into a separate bowl before you put it in the mixer to make sure that there's no shells in it. Now I'm going to put it back on medium speed. Now whenever you're cooking, you should make sure to keep your station clean. So while this is mixing, I'm going to take these over to the sink and wash them. Alright, so once your eggs have been completely mixed in, you are going to take your flour, your baking powder, your baking soda, and you're going to put them all in your sift. Once that's done, you can sift your ingredients in. And if it's hard to get in there, you can scrape the edges of the mixer and you can start sifting it in. Once you have sifted your ingredients together, you are going to put them in the mixer and start mixing, slowly adding in your coffee. And you're going to keep doing this until it's completely incorporated. Once you have completely mixed in all of your ingredients, your batter should be ready. From here, you're going to pour it in to your pan. From here, you're going to put it in the oven. Now you're going to wait 55 minutes until it's completely done, and you can check it by poking a toothpick in it and making sure there's no batter. Alright, so when the timer goes off, you're going to pull it out of the oven. You're going to set it down to let it cool. You're going to turn off your oven. So to test that your cake is ready, you are going to take a toothpick and you're going to poke in the center of the cake. And since there is no residue on it, we can tell that it's done. Now you could let it cool here, or you can have it cool on a wire rack. So I'm going to take the parchment paper and take it out and just lay it there for it to cool. Now you don't want it to cool too long because you want to have this warm. Now if you want a glaze for your cake, you can have a glaze of coffee and sugar. But right now I'm just going to use some caramel. Take a little bit, top it up. And this is good enough for me.